Everyone. So we're doing a sort of, or at least I'm doing a sort of special live stream today. I wanted to show people how creating a website works and all that jazz. So give me 1 second to set this up. I thought I set it up correctly, but so let me. Yes, I clicked the right button. Hooray! So here's my screen, and we're going to be going through how I work on this, what's going on, and well, how at least in this initial video, because this is going to be a multi-part series, because today's goal is not to fully redo this website, which is currently made in Divi, and I'm tired of Divi. We're remaking it into this, and the important part is going to be, let me adjust my microphone, is to do this quickly. Why quickly and not properly? Because it is possible to do quickly and properly, but the goal is to launch this updated design quickly so we can get rid of this design and launch the new brand and rebrand items ASAP. So we are starting, so I am doing this in Elementor. I already started this thing before I decided to do a live stream. So I am going to be working in Elementor, and I'm going to try to make sure that we can get through launching this, at least the majority of this, well, hopefully today by the time I'm done with, hopefully in less than an hour. I have most of the assets from the design team. This is one big block, and they asked me to make some stuff with this, but we are starting with the header, and then we're going to go with the footer items, because I find those to be generally the most important. We're not going to be launching all of this today, but the goal, at least my goal, is to have it ready so tomorrow tomorrow being Sunday, I can get most of these items completed, and then Monday and Tuesday finish up anything and launch it. So jumping straight in, I am using Elementor on WordPress. I've already got my logo in here. A little important thing for speed, our logo, normally the full size of this logo is, well, it's a pretty damn big logo. Where was the sizings? Whatever. Point being, it's a really, really big logo. I don't want it teeny tiny, because then it's going to be something weird like that. I'd want the logo to fit. So according to the dimensions here, the design team wants this to be 335 pixels wide. So what do we? The closest thing I have to that is something like this. It's still the reason why, by the way, that I'm using something larger like this, and instead of keeping it, instead of having it so, how should I say, tiny, the specific size, because also on a Macs use a 2x pixel size of stuffs, so I'm kind of keeping it large. In this case, I use medium large because it's a good size and happens to more or less make this work out nicely, and it shrinks it to this size more or less. Is this exactly the size I'm looking for? Well, I have this little tool called Pixel Snap 2, and it's not working. It's kind of annoying because I rather love that tool. So let me try Pixel Snap 2. Let's see if it'll work this time. Still not working. All right, so this tool is supposed to help me find, oh, there it is. So it's a little bit smaller than it was supposed to. By the way, I'm on a Mac for anybody watching. So I'm using Pixel Snap 2. This is 318 pixels wide, and we want 335. So let's make it a little bit wider. Yeah, right about there. 300, a little bit smaller. 31%, yeah, good enough. Again, the goal is to launch this quickly, not specifically perfectly. The whole idea is to get it launched quick, very, very soon. So here I have this font, circular STD, standard. Now the thing is, most fonts, so let me open up the font for you. So I downloaded the font from our team drive. Let me put that over here. And this is what the font files look like. So if I open it up, there's black. I don't want black. Black is going to be too thick. And they said, design team said standard book. Do we have book? All right, we have book. So this is the one. This is the font that we want. How are we going to get this to be in here? Because in Elementor and in most things, you can't really use these things as they are. Why? Because we need to convert them into web format. So what we do is we go to a web font generator tool. There's a whole bunch. I use one of these three, depending on what I feel like. I'm just going to pick this one just because. Waiting for that to load. If it doesn't load quickly, I'm just going to go pick something else. Because I just need a darn thing to work. All right. Alrighty. So now I'm going to go to my downloads folder, circular, and actually I wonder if we need anything that's not book. So I'm just going to say just book for now, of course. So these guys, I've blacklisted that font, so another good reason to use different tools. I don't particularly care for their issues. I just need this converted nicely into things that I can use. So I'm going to use just book. I'm not going to use bold or anyone at this time. I might need medium. And so let's see, what else do I need? Book and medium. Actually, so let's do, all right, let's add medium. And since I guess might as well add the bold. All right, so I'm just going to add these three, family support, blah, blah, blah. Seems everything is fine. Click convert. Awesome. Now my font is ready. The reason why is because now this version here, these are the styles of fonts that we want for the web. So when we go into our backend, and we're going to go into Elementor, custom fonts. Now I can add a new custom font. Standard, variation. Book was kind of thinner, so I'm just going to say 300. And then we'll want book. Woof, and woof 2. And if woof 2 really isn't allowed, then I'm just going to have to upload it manually via FTP. Oh, that was fine. All right. Now we wanted 400, I guess. So this is medium, and this is book. So maybe this medium seems a little bit thicker. Yeah, let's say that's 200. Yeah, let's just leave that as 200. Medium will be normal. So we need to upload the one for medium now. And woof 2. Is that how you pronounce woof properly? I don't know. I just pronounce it woof like a dog goes woof. And bold. And of course we had the bold one. Bold woof. Upload that. And woof 2. All right. I'll publish this font. Now, sadly, fonts don't magically reappear here. So once this saves, I do have to, let me save draft and let that save. Reload. There's always something beeping at home. All right. So let's continue on. All right, so what we want to do now is add a menu item because we have our menu. There are many ways to create a menu. I'm just going to create, let's pick this one. So here's our current existing menu. First, let's style it. Let's see how the fonts work. So here's our custom font. And design team wanted book. So weight going back down to 200, and there's our stuff. Awesome. So now to make it look like this, so of course we need to create a menu. So appearance, menus, can be capabilities, work, clients, about, speaking. All right. So I'm going to create a brand new menu. Where's my new menu? There it is. Create new menu. main menu. Just gonna call it main menu rebrand. It's a good enough name. Create the menu. I'm not gonna attach it anywhere just yet. So now we're gonna want capabilities. Now, you might think, well, because this is the quick rebrand before we get to full custom code, these are going to just be links to items on this page only for now. After the rebrand is done, these are going to be this menu is going to be redone, and the menu items are going to link to actual pages. For now, they're going to link just on the home page. So I want custom link. And what we're going to do here, this is called an anchor link, so capabilities. So yeah, capabilities, copy the text. All right. Now we don't want any fancy smancy styling except that one, which we'll add in a custom way. Then we want more custom links, right? So let's copy that. So we have that, and the next one was work, right? Yeah. Work. And then clients, pound clients. All right, now a little cheat. Instead of typing the full name, we can just go with that. So the next one then is about, so pound about. What is the difference between typing out the full URL and just using this? Well, this is an absolute URL. And this is kind of a cheat. It's both a relative and an absolute URL. Relative URLs mean it starts from where you currently are going forward or deeper. And absolute means this exact specific one. So this is kind of a cheat, which also, because this also means the root URL, which kind of defaults to whatever this stuff is. So kind of cheating there. And so we had about, and then speaking and events. All right. Let's just do that. Or actually better, because I know what's in that section. I'm just going to call it community. All right. So now this is our menu. We don't want anything fancy schmancy here. Not at all. Ooh, click the wrong button almost. Scary. All right. Then we're going to create this one. So now I got to reload this page, because if I try to find it here, it's not going to find anything. So let's save draft. And let's reload so that we can load our menu in here. Now you might be wondering already, well, this stuff is aligned right here. So why isn't this stuff aligned? Well, because I haven't aligned it yet. That's why. So new menu rebrand. Sweet. Starting to look like that. And then, so let's quickly do some styling. Font size 18 pixels. If you're wondering, well, this looks huge, this does not. This is because what we see here is 81%, because so I can have it nice and small and I can see everything over here. See, kind of like that. And I kind of like to have my work centered and where I'm looking, because I have one of those wide monitors. So I keep this kind of smaller so I can quickly reference and see what's going on. So the design team wanted 18 pixels, alignment right. That's easy enough. Right line. Aha. Layout, horizontal, pointer. We have an underline. The design team wanted this out quickly so we don't have all the hover animations or what's called micro events. Micro event is upon some small tiny thing happening, what should happen? What should happen on mousing over? What should happen on focusing a form element? What should happen on error? What should happen on click and letting go of the mouse, or click and pushing the mouse down? There's a lot of micro interactions you can do. For now, I'm just going to leave this at default because this looks fine enough for now. I do know that the design team, they have these thingies here, same thing as here. It just happened to work out by default that way. Not that I created these things just yet, but by default, it happens to be working out fine-ish. The problem is that's not what they wanted. They wanted a specific animation for the underline to show, but we'll get there eventually. Now the question is, so now we need to align this to the bottom. Well, here in Elementor, what we can do is we can go to here, to the section. And vertical align, we can align things in the middle, but in this case, probably want align bottom. And that works out more or less, I think. Sort of. All right, I'm gonna have to move so we can see the alignment. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move it down. Ooh, what does that look like? That looks like almost 10 pixels, but not so. Let's give it a top margin. Nope. How about bottom negative? There we go. Let's try -5. Let's try that first. That seems centered-ish. Yeah. Sort of working. I think that's about right. 5, yeah. All right. 5 pixels seem to work. All right, now that big one. So, okay. Remember, folks, always save often. So now how are we going to get this button? Well, because this is in the header menu, so let's do some stuff first. So let's just make sure that, all right, I can't set a position for a section. Might have to just set in, I don't want a sticky header. And what we want is essentially a relative, so let's do this. Selector, this is going to select this whole section, and we're going to say position relative. Does this change anything? No, this actually happens to not really do anything, but it's also going to be kind of problematic because it makes it not sticky. We'll worry about that later. The reason I want to specifically set the positioning of this section is because I want absolute positioning inside that is relative to this section. You'll see how that works. So now what we want, now we're going to want a button. And I didn't set up any base button styles or templates, so I'm just going to toss that right in there, kind of squish things over. Now just to mess everything up, positioning, absolute. Now this is going to be, see, it's still within the box, right? Because it's absolute to the relative positioning of this section. So let's just see if that breaks anything. Okay, thankfully not. Okay. Okay, I didn't break anything, so I removed that. Please note, custom positioning is not considered best practice. Yeah, we know. But to kind of squish things the way we need to, and this to be always top aligned, kind of sort of need to. So, let's see, horizontal alignment. Well, that did absolutely nothing. Huh. Let's see if that changed anything. All right, let's try playing around without doing absolute positioning. Let's see how horribly that breaks things without absolute positioning, because absolute positioning would be kind of nice here. So, all right, first things first. Let's style up this button. It's going to go to our start page. Right. Become a client. And if you're wondering, hey, why is this text regular letters while this one is big letters? Well, I'll tell you why. What I like to do is you write your text normally, and any styling to the text should be via CSS. The reason why is that if somebody copies and pastes this, you probably don't want them to copy and paste a full big, capital letters. You'd want them to paste a regular looking like text. So I want this to be styled by CSS, so that's going to go to typography, transform, uppercase. Now font family, standard, and that was bold, 14 pixels. Let's see, and where's bold? There we go. Bold. Now, do we have any letter spacing? All right, 2 pixels letter spacing. 2 letter spacing. Wrong way. 2 pixels letter spacing. Sweet. And this button, let's see. Design team wanted no rounded border. I personally love rounded borders. Design team didn't want rounded borders, so no rounded borders for us, I guess. All right, so no rounded borders. Now let's change the background color. They want red. By the way, I preloaded the colors here already, and I'm hoping that's the right color. Doesn't look like it. Oh, my custom colors didn't save previously. Bah humbug. Oh, I know what happened. I set these colors and then I forgot to set the page the other time. All right. So actually, so let's remove all of these bad colors while we're here. These were colors that I kind of sort of picked out of the air, sort of. All right, the only color I'm keeping is white, because white is, kind of a useful color. I guess I should have kept black also. So now good practice, by the way, is to have your colors all pre-set up. So here's the red, click add, save, make sure the colors are there. So by the way, I was talking a little bit earlier about having all your base and templates and stuff set up. So here are our base colors. I really should have had that set up earlier. So here's the red, right? So we also have a deep blue. I love deep blue. There's deep blue. There's our orange. There's our dark Batman gray, charcoal gray, teal like color, our bright pink, red and blue. And I already got those. Oh, right. And the light gray. I think that's pure white, right? Yeah, that's pure white. All right, we have pure white. Now, the only other color that we should also add as a standard color is black, because it's good to always have a black color handy just in case. Now going back to our header item. All right, we're going with the red item, the red brand red. All right. So now we have one that's not spaced correctly. So what we want to do, first thing, really, is because this button seems to be all the way at the top. So let's remove the, well, let's leave the bottom margin. Well, whatever. So I guess that's that. And remove the padding there. All right. So that removed all the padding from this section. Now let's tweak the padding on this item, or the columns as well, because columns have padding, which is honestly does kind of get annoying sometimes. Now let's have it be the same for both. 0 margin, 0 padding for both columns. Make sure they're aligning well. All right. Okay, now we have our button all the way at the top. And these items should be aligning both to the right and so they make these, oh right, they make them slightly bigger. Okay. So let's see if we can. All right, so what we want is this last item, because I don't think they have a last item setting. Space between, yeah, okay. So what we're going to do, selector li last of type, and margin right 0. Nope. Padding right 0. Might have to play around with that. Okay, so let's find out how it's styling things. So let's click preview, because my goal is to get rid of the padding on the right side here, or actually, let's keep the sizings of these items standard. So let's just move this over till it's perfectly aligned, -20. Yeah, that works. Why not? Right? Because remember, the goal is to get this out quickly. Now, this is still not aligned properly-ish, because the spacing between an item and the box is 26 pixels. Let's move that out of the way. Now, currently it is 36. How much is this from the top? And this is 30 pixels from the top, and currently the logo file is 26. All right, so got some weirdness going on my sizing. I don't know. It's looking pretty close. Oh, we also need a right arrow, I just noticed. Yeah, we forgot about my right arrow. All right. So let's see who is buzzing me. All right. And then, let's see. I guess we could leave it for now, and then the design team can come complain later. Right? All right, so let's preview this thing. Yeah, let's preview this menu. All right. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, of course. Deviant previews. Ugh. This is why I'm getting rid of DV, by the way. It's kind of not worked out as well as I hoped. All right, so this menu kind of sort of looks all right. So I guess for now, let's leave it. And like I said, I'm not going to publish this yet. Mostly because what I want to do, my goal is to, once I'm ready to publish this, I want to publish this full page at once, which would mean I have the header and footer ready. But it also means I have to get rid of DV as is, which means I have to set up the start page, because I have the designs for the start page. And I want to update the contact page, the 404 page, and a default. We have a few items that's still, and a default services page are going to be coming later. But I want to at least then update our blog page because, well, we have some traction here and I don't want to break it. So I do want to clean up some of these templates. And so we can start there. So this is kind of a good enough header, I think, compared to the design. The design team can always complain later. So yeah, I think good enough for now. Again, we're not going to publish just yet. We're going to save the draft. Now we're going to work on the footer. The footer is, this, by the way, is not a footer on every single page. This is going to be just a section at the bottom. The footer is this stuff right here. That's going to be at the bottom of every single page. So that stuff. So let us now get back to, all right, exit the dashboard because we want to now create a footer. So now we have our header almost ready to go. It's in draft status because it's not published yet. So let's create a new template. So I guess that button doesn't work in Elementor as well as I thought. We want to go to theme builder, footer, just in case. So there's our header already. Yeah. Now we're going to create a new footer. Called main footer. Very ingenious name, isn't it? Main footer. Let that load. And so now, starting off, we know we're going to need two full sections. One section and the second section. I'm not going to use any pre-made things. Of course. Let's see. There it is. So we can ignore all this stuff because that's the standard DV template stuff. We really don't care about that. So now let's see. I wish I could just preview it as with nothing inside, really. That would be nice. All right, so we're just going to have to preview it like this. So we want two sections. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So we want a 4-column section right here. And then we want another section that is 2 columns. Sweet. This section is, let's see, so first things first, really. So let's set this one to the dark gray color. Really? My color still didn't save? These things don't like me. Alrighty. I'm going to have to muck about with the Elementor settings later. Alright. There's our darker section. Come on, column. Alright. So it's not showing up because there's nothing in there. So I'm going to add some a random heading text. It doesn't matter what's in there because I'm going to delete it later. But first, let's set the column to gray. There we go. Remember, save often, save a lot. And then that other section is always going to be white. You're thinking, oh, it's already white. Well, just in case if the full page color is going to be something else, it's good to enforce that color on a section. But now you'll notice that this is full width, right? So we'll want this thing to be full width. All right, and the little dude's here. Yeah. Let's get him to the TV and we can finish up the live stream. Ah, the joys of working from home when kids are around. Yay. All right. Now, this is full width. The thing is, we don't really want full width as such. So let's fix up this bottom section. So let's make it one column, but let's see. So this will want to be full width. Now what we're going to do in that case is we're going to do a little trick. We're going to use a gradient with this color going to second color of white, location 50, 50, and that gives us a nice hard split, angle 90 degrees. Sweet. Now we have our perfectly split column. Now, in order to get what we want of a nicely center-aligned two-column piece, there we go. And our content is going to be nicely split and centered inside of a content area. Isn't that nice and handy? And eventually inside, this is going to be a form element and some text. And all right, let's see what the kid wants again. All right, and that text is, let's see if the kid comes back. So there's our text, and the text is this color. Text color. And it's going to be, let's say, bold. And font size 12. Oh, and uppercase, of course. Uppercase and 0.6 pixels. Man, that design team has some weird sizing types. All right, so that's more or less the. I'm gonna get a form in later. Now let's get in this stuff. I don't know if it's the same color. Hooray! It's B7 and 7. Sweet. So that makes it easy. All right, so this one is just going to be copyright text, but check it out. What we can do is going to be regular text, right? Make a dynamic text. Going to have it show the current date because we want the date here, right? So, date format, custom, we want the year showing there because we want the dynamic part to be the year. Now we can set the before and after. So, before is going to be that, after, so anything after date. Now remember, a quick little tip, you have to have the space in there. No, ta-da! Dynamic dates, that's awesome, right? Those are going to be, I guess I can make that into a menu, I guess, or do I need to? You don't really have to make this into a menu, so that's just going to be social stuff, so that's going to be easy. So I guess this could be a menu, or it could not be. Well, first things first, I guess. Let's change the text color of these items. And then it was, wait. Oh, wait, is this one bold? No, this one's a thin one. what did I say? 300 or 200? I forgot already. I think I said 300. Yeah, 300. Not uppercase. Letter spacing 0.35. All right. And then font size 14. Why is this one 12 and this one's 14? All right. Design team gets what design team wants. No, ready? That's 14. And then, so we're also, by the way, we're also going to have to move this over a little bit. So actually, let's cheat. Let's make this 45 and 45. Oh, wow, that's too much. 48 and 48. Yeah. That works, I guess. No, it doesn't work. So we're just going to have to tab that over a little bit. It's not on the world. So what we're just going to do is we're going to add some padding. Top. Left, let's add 20. Nope, that's not enough. 40. All right, and then we can duplicate this for this list down below. Oh, one thing for this column we want to do also, though, is remove the widget spacing. So spacing between the items, so we don't care. Now we're going to have regular content, and I'm just going to not make a menu out of this thing. I'm just going to leave this as regular text and just link these things. For now, I just want them links. I don't remember what our links are, so I'm just going to make these as dummy links for now because I don't remember. Now you're thinking, oh, wait a minute, why are these things green? Well, one thing that I don't like that Elementor doesn't have is here's the text editor, but there's no options for, here's my text, I set the text color. Why are links a different color? You can set the typography in a column. So I don't know. I think it's kind of weird that there's no typography setting under there. I think it's just weird. Seriously. So, all right. So there are our basic items. Oh, they need to be underlined? Yeah, all right. And so let's make, why aren't links all underlined? I'll fix this up later. Text decoration underline. And I'll be fixing that up later. There's most of our footer. Then we're going to want social icons, but let's do that a little bit later. This is going to want, we're going to want this to be, oh, this has a border. I just noticed that has a, so for a border, I think we can just say for this section, border 0, but border solid with top 1px, and it looks like it's this color. So color. All right, yeah, that seems to be it. Awesome. All right, and then this is going to be a menu because that's just going to make things easy. Or actually, this is how tall is this section by itself. So this is 109 together with all of this stuff. So I can probably estimate another 30 or 40 below and 20 above. So let's add some padding real quick. Padding top probably 30 and 40 or 50 below. Let's just try this first. So this one's going to be another menu, but this one time it's going to be a vertical menu. Yeah, and same items. So this is going to be standard, font size 18, bold. Oh, book, not bold. no line space, no letter spacing, though some, that seems way too tall. Line height, that is way too much. That was weird. I don't know. What does that look like to you guys? That looks about right? Yeah. A little bit much. Don't worry about that icon. That kind of is messing things up, but we won't have icons later. So really it's between these two. Let's just leave it here and see what design says afterwards. All right, so that's of course going to have to be fixed to the proper menu later. All right, so this is going to be a tiny heading. All right, not going to need those. At least not at this time. Oops. All right. There we go. So this is going to be a teeny tiny heading. I'm going to make it a P tag though. Chicago. Now what do they want? This is, oh, this is, see, I told you we needed pure black eventually. Oh, pure black. Sometimes it doesn't stick, so pure black. And bold 16, 2.4. So 16 pixels. Bold, letter spacing 2.4. Transform uppercase. All right, we're going to need 2 of these. And this one's going to say Bali. Okay, and then we're going to need some regular text. Let's put that right in there. Oh, spacing's a little bit off, but we'll fix that soon. All right, so this is our main address. So 931 Avenue. Right, that's a period. It's 10 Illinois. New line +1.877.413.9613. All right. And we're going to have to do the same thing for the Bali address, except the Bali address is not updated to the Bali address yet. That's okay. So that one is that gray one. Book 18, no letter spacing. This color. Weight. Book 18 pixels. Transform, no transformations it seems. Though I do need some more line height on this thing. Ooh, that seems like too much line height. All right. That seems like too little now, doesn't it? All right. 1.75. That seems fine. All right, then we're going to need some spacing between the items. And that's way too much spacing. I like to do just drop it down to 10. All right, duplicate this thing, and once design and marketing get us some contents, that one will be updated. Though it does seem like we need to scooch on. So, all right, in this one, let's make the widget space or spacing smaller, and then that allows me to do this. So let's say 30 pixels between the two. And what do you think? This looks too close. So what we can do is just increase the line height a smidge. Oh, so a little trick. Copy, paste style. Really neat quick trick that allows you to move the styles over really quick. All right, next up, heading, logo. All right, so we're gonna want another heading. Oops, that's copied over. This is not a heading, so it's just gonna be that. Oh, it's off black this time. And so let's see, 18 and book. Unless I missed something. So now this one, 18 book. Oh, I guess that's it. Okay. I'm going to want another one of these and put it in the other column. All right. And then this one is just logo. So I'm just going to save these as PNG. All right. And let's see. If you're wondering why I'm stalling slightly, so I'm checking. Oh, yay, comments work. It'll be up soon, though. Oh, Google's telling me we need stuff. All right, so moving right along. Let's see. Oh, and there's a new version of my video software. Remind me later. All right, so back over here. Now we have our two logos. They download as zip files. Now, by the way, one thing you notice, I was talking a little bit earlier about 2x. So this is 2x, 1x. See how, I don't know if you can see on your screen, but the regular size is blurry because it's that specific size. And in a Mac monitor, there is a difference. So 2x ends up being the regular size, but sharp, because it's 2x the pixels squished down into 1. So now that I have those extracted, I can toss them right in. Click. And so let's go with, since I'm doing the business one first, 2x. Now, if you're wondering, hold on, wait a minute, it's so much bigger. What about optimizing images? I didn't get to optimizing yet. We have optimizings kind of sort of built in as well, and I'll be playing around with that later. But first, I want to get these items in here first and worry about optimization later. As I mentioned, the idea for now is to get this stuff up as fast as possible. And so here's grade 2x for the item. All right, so now the height is let's just say 45 pixels tall. This one's, okay, so okay, the women's community one, 178 pixels wide. So we don't need it this big. Ooh, that made it really blurry. Yeah, let's leave it on medium. And then now we're going to go here and 175 pixels wide, and it is left aligned. We don't want it centered. And this one is 196.5, so 197 large and 197 pixels wide, and also left aligned. Theoretically, these should be lining up here-ish. Huh. Yeah, it's not really lining up the same, is it? All right, so we can do squish this one down or this one up. Let's move this one up a little bit with some negative margin. I think that looks a lot better. Awesome. And that is a quick header and footer for all these items. On the next video, we're going to start cleaning these things up a little bit and working on, oh my gosh, I think we added that button. Yeah, and we're going to start working on the actual homepage and putting these things in. And I'm going to show you how to do background images, how to add videos in place of image elements, how to add scrolling things, how to add animations, how to put something cool like this in, live logos and all that stuff. So that'll be in video 2 in a couple of days. Don't think I'll be streaming on Sunday. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me any questions or comments you might have in the comments, and I'll try to address them in the next video. See you next time. Bye.